This is Neural Newscast.
The essential stories for Monday, March 16th, 2026.
From Neural Newscast, I'm Noah Feldman.
And I'm Evelyn Hartwell.
President Trump has issued a formal ultimatum to NATO allies and China, demanding the deployment of warships to secure the Strait of Hormuz. The Iran war is now entering its third week, and Tehran continues to block the route, which handles 1/5 of the global oil supply.
Oil prices climbed to $105 per barrel this morning following reports of Israeli ground operations in Lebanon and Iranian drone strikes in Dubai. Trump told the Financial Times that a failure to assist with maritime security would be very bad for the future of the NATO alliance.
United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer has rejected a formal NATO mission to avoid a wider regional war, while Japan cites legal limits on overseas deployments.
The conflict has already displaced over 3 million people in Iran and Lebanon as humanitarian tolls rise. The international community remains cautious as the United States pushes for a multinational escort mission for commercial shipping.
In other news, Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another won Best Picture at the 98th Academy Awards on Sunday. The comic saga of political resistance secured 6 Oscars in total, including Best Director and Best Adapted Screenplay.
This marks the first Oscar win for Anderson, a San Fernando Valley native who has been a central figure in American cinema for decades. He dedicated his win to the next generation, expressing hope they will bring decency back to the world.
Anderson's win capped a long incoming coronation for the filmmaker. Despite his storied career, he had never won an Academy Award before last night, making this a significant milestone for his legacy and the studio.
In the acting categories, Michael B. Jordan won Best Actor for his performance in the Jim Crow-era vampire film Sinners. The win triggered the loudest applause of the night at the Dolby Theater.
Cinematographer Autumn Durald Archipel also made history as the first Black person and the second woman to win the award for Best Cinematography. She invited all the women in the room to stand during her acceptance speech.
Jordan's win for Sinners was a career-first Oscar for the widely liked actor. It also secured another victory for director Ryan Coogler, whose unblemished career continues to produce both critical and commercial successes.
Meanwhile, Jessie Buckley became the first Irish performer to win Best Actress for her role as Agnes Shakespeare in Hamnet. She had been the heavy favorite throughout the awards season leading up to Sunday.
Buckley dedicated the award to her mother, noting that the ceremony took place on Mother's Day in the United Kingdom. Her win was a standout moment in a night that celebrated personal, vision-driven, original stories.
Her performance in Hamnet has been praised for its emotional depth and grounded approach. This win solidifies her place as one of the most versatile actors working in the industry today. Next, the corporate landscape of Hollywood is shifting as Warner Brothers secured 11 Oscars total while preparing for a sale to Paramount Skydance. The $111 billion deal has led to widespread anxiety regarding potential layoffs.
David Ellison's media monolith is still awaiting final regulatory approval for the acquisition. Industry analysts suggest the Oscar sweep provides a triumphant note for the studio before it transitions into new ownership.
This deal represents a massive consolidation in the entertainment sector. While the creative successes are high, employees are bracing for the integration of these two massive studio legacies under the Paramount Skydance banner.
In the world of sports, there was a historic breakthrough as 19-year-old Kimi Antonelli won the Chinese Grand Prix in Shanghai. He is now the second youngest winner in Formula One history after Max Verstappen.
Antonelli led a Mercedes 1-2 finish, finishing 5.5 seconds ahead of teammate George Russell. He reclaimed the lead on the second lap after briefly losing it to Lewis Hamilton at the start.
The Italian teenager was emotional during his post-race interview, struggling for words as he processed the victory. Mercedes principal Toto Wolff said the win came even earlier than the team had initially expected.
In the same race, Lewis Hamilton secured third place, marking his first podium for Ferrari since joining the team. He won a thrilling race-long battle with teammate Charles Leclerc for that final podium spot.
It was a difficult day for McLaren, as both Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri retired before the race began due to electrical problems. Max Verstappen also suffered a late race retirement while running in the top 10.
The Chinese Grand Prix saw its largest crowd since 2004, highlighting the continued global growth of the sport. Despite the retirements, the race provided intense action between the Mercedes and Ferrari drivers.
Here is what else we are watching. Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi will visit the White House this Thursday. The agenda will likely be dominated by the United States' request for naval help in the Middle East.
Takaichi faces significant legal hurdles at home regarding overseas military deployments. The outcome of this meeting will be a major signal for the strength of the security alliance under the current administration.
American and Chinese officials are currently meeting in Paris to finalize details for President Trump's visit to Beijing at the end of the month. The trip remains tentative as negotiations over shipping route security continue.
The diplomatic stakes are high, as China relies heavily on the Strait of Hormuz for its own energy supplies. This visit could redefine trade and security relations between the two largest economies.
Finally, regulatory agencies will begin their formal review of the Paramount Skydance merger this week. The $111 billion deal will face scrutiny over market competition and the future of independent film production.
The review process is expected to be lengthy, given the scale of the acquisition. Industry leaders are watching closely to see how the government handles such a massive consolidation of media assets.
Tomorrow, we will look at the latest inflation data and its potential impact on interest rates. We will also follow the updates from the ground in southern Lebanon.
I'm Noah Feldman.
And I'm Evelyn Hartwell. This has been Neural Newscast. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.